It is an action-packed day today in the Saudi Pro League as two of the bigger clubs in that 18-team league are in action. Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr travels to Al Khaleej, whereas we're going to see the log leaders Al Hilal take on Al Weda in what should be a must win or an easy win for them. Welcome to this Saudi Pro League special show. And of course, it is here that you've got to subscribe if you want to get all updates concerning this fast growing league. Guys, I do love the Saudi Pro League because you know what? Most of our stars now are beginning to go there. I love the competition and the competitiveness of this league. I'll tell you, Neymar just recently said that he believes the Saudi Pro League is more competitive than the French league, the French top flight league. For me, the fact that all these stars are being attracted by this league, I don't care what anyone says about it. I love it, and I would love to see what they'll give us come the 2030 World Cup in Saudi. But let's follow this league, guys. Let's enjoy it because there are some interesting games in there. I watch these games and trust you me, there are some interesting games you don't need to watch. Now, speaking of interesting games, later on today, we shall be seeing the fourth placed Al Nassr, Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr, in action against a team that is not so far off them on the log. So Al Nassr are currently lying fourth on the pile. That's behind the log leaders, of course, Al Hilal, Al Ittihad, Al Qadisiyah, and of course, Al Nassr are lying fourth with 29 points. The log leaders, Al Hilal, who are tied on points with Al Ittihad, both have 40 points to their credit, while Al Qadisiyah have got 31 points. So, Cristiano Ronaldo's side will be looking to win so that they go past Al Qadisiyah, climb to third place on the pile. It should be a difficult game probably because if you look at the opposition in Al Khaleej are lying seventh on the log with a difference of 6 points from Al Nassr, meaning they are not certainly a walk in the park for them. That is especially given that they are playing at home. But if the head-to-head record between the two teams is anything to go by, clearly Al Nassr have a better chance because in their past 5 meetings between the two teams, there is only one draw. The rest have been wins for Al Nassr. But the funny thing is, Al Nassr, I think if you look at the Saudi Pro League, I think Al Nassr have some of the biggest stars in the Saudi Pro League. I think you talk of players like, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo himself, the star of all stars. You can talk of players like Sadio Mane, the former Liverpool Champions League and Premier League winning forward. He also plays for Al Nassr. They have got David Ospina in between the sticks for them. They have got Laporte. They have got players like Alex Telles. They have got players. These are all former Premier League stars. They have got players like Brozovic. They have got players like Laporte, the former Man City defender, the centre back there. I mean, you look at the names they have and you're thinking, and then of course they are now coached by Stefan Pioli, one of the great managers from Italy. So you think about Al Nassr and you're thinking, on paper, they have got a strong team, but they are struggling to win titles. So for me, that's a sign of how competitive this league is because you look at some of the teams ahead of them, and for example, Al Hilal, who are topping the log, I think they've got some stars in there, of course, like the goalkeeper Bono. You can talk of players like Ruben Neves, former of Wolves. You can talk of players like Cancelo, players like Khalidou Koulibaly, but they are not perhaps at the level of the Cristiano Ronaldos and the Sadio Manes of the of this world. So it shows you that the competitiveness of this league for me is something we've got to follow, and that's why this channel is there. You've got to subscribe to this channel if you do want to get all the updates about the Saudi Pro League. So that's an interesting today is an interesting day, of course, because of those games. There were a bit of doubts about Cristiano Ronaldo and whether he would play, but I expect that he will be in action. He should be able to show up and turn up for his team because this is a must-win game for them if they're going to climb into third place on the pile. So an important game there that is for Al Nassr. The other games that are going to be played, it's Al Riyadh taking on Al Tawoun, and then Al Hilal, I said, is going to be taking on Al Weda. That is in the Saudi Pro League. Interesting games, of course, for you to follow up on. In case you can't catch them, be sure to subscribe here, because I will be coming back after the games, especially after the Al Nassr game. I will be coming back with a match reaction and give you my view of how it went, and perhaps what is lacking in Stefan Pioli's team, and what exactly they could do if they are going to climb up and perhaps try to compete for the for the top spot on the log with the giants in Al Hilal and, of course, Al Ittihad and Al Qadisiyah. Of course, this is a new channel, but guys, you might want to subscribe if you love to follow the action in the Saudi Pro League, because if you ask me, in the next few years, this could be the league. The Saudi Pro League is up to something, and I love it. It's up to something. I think they're on a steady growth that if you're a football lover, you want to really follow them, and of course be a part of their growth, because of what they are doing to demystify all the narratives about football in that part of the world. You know, we saw Qatar host a very successful World Cup, perhaps one of the most exciting I've watched personally. I expect a very exciting 2030 World Cup in Saudi. So definitely for me, it's only right that we follow that league and get to understand and see what's going on in there. But in terms of players, like I've been saying, they've got some stars in there. Al Ittihad, who are lying second on the log, have got Karim Benzema, who is scoring goals for fun. There was talk of him joining Arsenal on loan in Jan, and I think it's not going to happen definitely. But he's the second top scorer with 11 goals, tied with Cristiano Ronaldo, who has also got 11. And but Benzema has got 5 assists, whereas Ronaldo has got 2. And the top scorer is Al Hilal's Alexander Mitrovic, who has got 12 goals to his credit. So you can imagine, you know, how tight is in there. And of course, they've got, of course, more stars in there, like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who plays for Al Qadisiyah, scored 7 goals for himself so far this season. That's on the pile. So you probably think it shows you of how the spread in terms of goals. And of course, in between there are names of players you perhaps have never heard of, who have also scored impressive goals and commendably up there among the top scorers in this league. So it's not really a walk in the park for anyone. It's not obvious that if you have the big stars, you're definitely going to be the team competing for all the titles. No, teams have got to put in every shift if they are going to be anywhere. So it's an interesting league that I certainly am glad to be here to follow it for you. If you do subscribe, and of course let me and trust me to keep updating you regards what's going on in it. Of course, most stars are expected to join this league. They are trying to push for Mo Salah from Liverpool. Remember, Mo Salah's contract with Liverpool runs out in this summer, and it is clear that they are determined to try and cash him, of course, into joining this league. There is talk of several other players who do want to join this league that I'll be telling you about, of course, as the transfer window does continue. Subscribe. This is the Saudi Pro League special. Let me catch you later.